Fin Feather Fur. Today we're going to be talking about something other than bass. We're going to be talking about panfish and how to catch the big ones. I'm going to show you a couple little tricks that I find work really well for me, and I think it will help you too. First off, I like to use like a medium light to a light action rod, and the 6 being the shortest to 6.5 to a 7 foot. I like the longer rod because it responds quicker. That little bit extra stiffness in the rod helps your line shoot a lot further. Ultralights are fine, they're fun to catch fish on, but if you want to really get some distance on your light jigs, like a 32nd ounce, which is my preferred weight, a little bit stiffer rod, the rod responds quicker and shoots the line a lot further. I use a size 1000 reel. The reason for that is the micro lights and the real small little reels are cool, but the spool diameter is so small, so once the line's been on the reel for just a short time, you get a real coily line, whereas with the bigger spool you get less of that, so you get more distance with your cast. So I use a real small jig. I use like a 32nd. I mean, if I was fishing really deep water, I might go a little heavier, but 32nd is my preferred size. I have a lot of control with that. It doesn't sink too quick. If I want it to sink deeper, I just let it sink a little longer before I start working the bait. And what I normally do is I'll cast out. All I do is cast as far as I can, and I'll let the jig sink a little bit and twitch it up. Let it sink, twitch it up. And when it's a crappie fishing, for instance, a lot of times you'll twitch it up. If you don't feel the resistance of the jig, they already grabbed it. They have a tendency to come from underneath and just lift up on it. You just got to be kind of quick. When you're fishing bluegills and red ears, a lot of times you'll just feel a little tick, or your line will go slack real quick. You just need to set the hook pretty quick, and you'll get some big fish. I think by using the jigs and little tube heads, I just use a normal little tube, like a crappie tube, and I'll use 4-pound or 6-pound test. I don't get real fancy in my line, I just want it to be a little lighter for castability purposes. And I find by using the jigs over live bait and a bobber, I don't use a bobber, I don't use a float of any kind, you eliminate some of the smaller fish. The bigger fish tend to hit that a lot more than the smaller fish. Live bait, you're going to catch a lot of fish, so you're going to go through a lot of bait trying to catch a decent sized fish. So if you want to catch, nicer sized bluegill like this, and you can see these are hand-sized bluegill. They were caught on this jig, and most of my bigger sunfish have come on the little crappie jigs. And I think if you try that, you're going to catch a lot more bigger fish. I'll be out there fishing for some red ears and bluegills, and you'll get to see some big ones being caught here shortly.